Hello Tomeleng.
Morning, Tomeleng.
Hello Diva. Hello Caroline. Hi George. Hi Stéphane. Tempo.
Hi, Alban. Everyone.
Good. And you? So we are live on YouTube now. Okay. So we'll start because time is short. We have a lot of projects to see. 12 projects now, so it's good. It's a good figure. So let's start. Hi, Jason.
Good morning.
Hi. So let's start. Just some announcement before we start the pitch training. So this morning, 9 to 11, it's a second pitch training session with Stéphane, and Jason, George, me. This afternoon, it will be also, we'll have the pre-jury chaired by the GM, the general manager from Veolia, South Africa, Steven. Steven Lea, you already had an interaction with him because he took part to the as a guest, as a guest speaker. He took part to the ideation. And as you know, the 22nd of February will be the final jury, chaired by the cities. They will give you a go or no go to experiment. And the Veolia also will be part of the jury with our CEO. They will also announce the support in prototyping for the selected project. And also the selected project will have the scaleway package for development, and they will be finalists of the Blue Ocean Awards. Don't forget to register your guests attending physically to the guest list. So you will receive soon, or maybe, I think you will receive soon, this official invite from UNISA. If you want to attend physically, you need to register on this Google spreadsheet. Okay, it's a list we have shared with you already. It's all the participants. We have all the list we need here. It's let me show you. It's guess when the guest tab. It's people who will attend physically, VIP guests, also jury members, and we have the full list of the participants. So all this list will receive the invite, the official invite from the UNISA. Okay. The agenda of the 22nd, we'll share with you the last version. But as you can see here, it will be some, of course, speech, introductory pitch from the welcoming and introducing pitch from the speech from the officials. With Jason and me, we will just remind quickly what has been done. And the jury members, we introduce all the jury members. as you can see, it will be 6 project pitching. So today we have 12 projects. It's a very good. I thought we would have 10, but we have 12, and they're all very good, in my opinion. So are very serious. So it will be a very difficult work today to select half of them. And jury deliberation and result, and it will be a lunch. UNISA will invite you to a lunch after the session, after the final jury. Okay. Do we have some questions here before we start? So the agenda today is very easy. It's from, as I said, from 9 to 11, the second pitch training session. And from 11 to 4, we will be at your disposal, available for you to fine-tune, to help you, to support you in the fine-tuning of your pitch deck with the coaches, with from all the organization. So in the room, in Zoom room, like usual, and from to be ready to make you the most ready as possible for the pre-jury at 4. Here it's the time schedule. So here you see 12 projects. We'll have a pause at 10. It's quite the same order for the afternoon, but it's just a little different. So it will be with chairing by Stephen Lia, as I said, and the pre-jury. It will be just the two Topi and Hunter's histories will be starting, and then pre-jury they will be ending because they are just very. Always still the same rule: 5 minutes pitch, 5 minutes Q&A, and we are very short in time, so we'll start right now. And we really need to respect this timing: 5 minutes pitch, 5 minutes Q&A. Some questions before we start? All is clear? I know you are in the starting block. Love you. Okay, so let's start the training, the second training session with Topi Tech, if Topi Tech is here, with Vinny, and if Vinny, are you here? So if Vinny is not here, I know Itumelang is okay to start. I know Vinny is not here. Okay. So, yeah, Vinny is not here. So, okay. Itumelang, if you want, you can start. So it will be or Gabiz, agriculture, with Itumelang. And Caroline also, I know, maybe Caroline. Okay. I give you the sharing.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Share. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let me start my travel. All right. Good morning, everyone. Today we're pitching a new offering. We are not calling it BioBiz, but we're calling it the plant holobiome, which the word holobiome is important to us because it sort of reflects our attitude when it comes to agriculture. So we are more focused on more providing holistic approaches and sustainability in agriculture with the vision of fostering a new era in agriculture and bonding nature with technologies. The team consists of myself, Itumelang, I have a PhD in biology with a huge emphasis on agricultural crops, and I've done a lot of agricultural extension work with Ruth, who is not here today, unfortunately, but she also has a PhD in microbiology, but now is a data specialist, and she will be supporting us in this project with computing and cloud services. And Caroline is here. She'll introduce herself.
Morning, everyone. My name is Caroline Matenchi. I'm a I have BSc in biomedical science and tech support in system technologies.
Thank you. So our service that we're providing, we are working with small to medium holder farmers that we identified during our exploration phase. And our goal is to help farmers transition away from using non-sustainable agricultural practices to more sustainable agricultural practice. And one of the 3 pain points that we identified during our interview phase was that most of the farmers identified there was an increased complexities in the current offerings. That is, they didn't know how to apply the fertilizer or any of the monitoring tools that were available. How do they assess the soils? And also finding the right solution. When do you apply the solution? Which kind of fertilizer to use? Which kind of monitoring service and tools to apply? But one of the main things that we identified was that the farmers felt that there was this increased risk in adoption of new solutions. So because they're so accustomed to the current practices, there was a risk that if they transition to new practices, there will be decreases in yield and loss in yield. So our offering as a plant holobind is to increase access to new markets for the customer and to increase the revenue, but also to conserve the soil. So our offering is in twofold. On one part is the services in which we sort of provide a consultation service where we help farmers transition to a more sustainable agriculture. And in that doing, we are conserving the soil, we're decreasing the amount of labor that is required, but also we're providing a product. And the product is a soil biomonitoring tool, and that we use to measure the progress that we are giving and sustainability to new agricultural practice. And that is important for us because we are increasing and raising the autonomy in production in which the farmer has far more control because they now understand what is happening below ground and above ground from not only the services that we're providing, but coupling that with the assessment tool that we have developed. And Caroline has, the product is ready and we are ready to start using it. And when you put that into context, the South African agriculture market, a large of it is dominated by large industrial farms, which are around for 60%. What we are targeting is small to medium scale farmers, which account about 30% of the total output in South Africa. And to put that into context, that's around 4 million small to medium holder farmers in South Africa, with micro farmers being subsistence farmers. So we're focusing on the small to medium scale farmers. And of that, a very small proportion are organic farmers. So we are targeting farmers that are willing to transition and those that have already transitioned to sustainable agricultural practices. I know that our competition in the market consists of different service providers, either that provide the fertilizer or the tools, the sustainable agriculture, but none are combining the approach that we as Plant Holobind are taking, where we are working with the farmer to help them transition by providing a service, a comprehensive service, and also offering the soil monitoring tool in which they are coupled together as a single product instead of offering one solution. And I will use a case scenario in one example where we have farmers that have already transitioned. We have the first point where the farmers would buy or purchase the product and services, and we help them with a consultation, and then they subscribe to a model where we monthly give them advice on the status of the soil, and also that will then help them with creating a better management tool for their soils. And for farmers that are transitioning, it's a similar product, but we start with a consultation first and we offer the services, and then that will then end up in the subscription model. And we were willing to do experimentation with the city of Tshwane for one growing season, and we're asking for R250,000. And this is a financial summary, and this is the end. Thanks, everyone.
Perfect timing. Congrats. Nice. So question now for 5 minutes.
Thanks, very impressive, and I see the improvement since the first presentation. So good work, good teamwork. I know you haven't even enough time with your presentation, but what is your business model? I don't really see.
So I should spend more time on that. So our business model, there's sort of two services. It's from the service side is a consultation service where we have farmers that either are willing to transition. So we offer a consultation on what the current status of the soil and crops. And then we also sell a product, which is a soil monitoring tool that Caroline has developed. So the tool itself will be sold separately, but also will be sold as part of the service that we sell to the customer. Thereafter, farmers will then subscribe to the second income stream would be farmers who are willing to get the service on a monthly basis where we charge a subscription fee and we monitor the soil for them every month and we give them report on the status of the soil. So in that, income is generated from the first consultation service and the sale of the product, but also ongoing on developing a management plan as they transition from traditional approaches to more sustainable agriculture.
Okay, and regarding the usage and the ability to the farmer to use analytics tools, do they use actually analytics or something like that? Or this is it will be an innovation for them?
I think Caroline knows. Caroline, can you answer the question? But what we know, yeah.
Yeah. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Do the farmer use analytics tools or digital tools like this?
Okay. With our device. So basically, as Itumeleng said, we will do land survey assessment before the farmer could plant anything on the ground, right? So that will give the farmer clear indication what is the standard rate or what is the quality of the soil before they can plant anything or use any organic fertilizer on their soil. So it's going to give them a clear database of what do they need, what should they do, and how can they maintain the soil quality in order to produce good fruits and veggies.
Yes, but
the question is
actually, yeah.
So if I listen correctly, currently there are tools that are used, but for example, to measure soil pH, for example, but a lot of these tools, farmers don't know how to use the product. And what we realized is that agricultural consultants would go to the field with the tools to measure the soil quality, pest population, but those tools are not yet available to the farmer. And when they are, they're quite costly, and it's not so easy to integrate into the farming practice, if that gives any clarity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the key, but
yeah,
to work in this way. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do we have questions from Jason, George, and also from the other groups?
I'm quite aware with it. It's clear to me.
Okay.
Thanks,
George?
everyone.
George, you have a question? It's okay. Okay.
No, not a question. It's clear, and
Congrats.
there's a big improvement since the last session, so it's very clear.
Yeah.
Well presented.
Clear. So if I summarize the feedback from Stefan, maybe Itumeleng and Caroline, you can maybe add a slide about your business model. I think it will clarify and make all very simple. And also, personally, I would recommend to instead of this competition landscape, to have to be strategic Canva. It's so much efficient, and he will show what they are currently using and why you are bringing a value, a new value. You see, it will be visual, very simple. It will be answered.
I had a problem with that.
No, okay, we can check that after. Yeah.
And don't forget the usage for the adoption of your technology and your.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll include that. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Congrats. Good. Very good job. So let's switch now to Vinny with Topi Tech. Vinny, it's okay?
Morning, everyone. Yes, I'm ready.
Morning, Vinny. Yeah, you can share your screen. The floor is yours.
Sure.
We share in the chat the agenda for this morning and this afternoon. Okay, Vinny, you give me the start and
Yes.
that's okay.
Yep, we can start.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vinny, and I'm from Topi Tech. And my project is Topi Tech is a standalone app that gamifies the learning of tech for older generation who struggle with changes and the younger generation who struggle with finding jobs. So the app Topi Tech brings the two generations together to learn new skills and interact with each other in an engaging way. This is my team. This is myself.
Vinny, maybe you want to switch to presentation mode, slideshow. Thanks.
Yes. This is my team. This is myself, and this is my co-founder and concept developer. And this is my marketing and strategist, Brigitte Jordan. So this is the problem I am addressing. There is a growing trend in human disconnectedness and loneliness, resulting, first, it's caused by this has accelerated because of the COVID pandemic, which has made it more essential for, our boomers to use social media and interact with new technologies, which they are not familiar with. So my aim is to bridge the gap between the two generations. And Gen Z has grown up completely immersed in new technology and connectivity. So they have the skills which are, they know how to navigate the digital landscape with confidence. Why? The pandemic has accelerated the movement online as well as emphasized the challenges faced by both generations when it comes to wanting to feel connected to each other. So the research we've conducted shows that social media has morphed into a space where users connect with brands, influencers, conduct research, and share content for purchase. And what we've discovered that some of the boomers, they do not trust they don't have confidence in social media platforms for reliability when it comes to sources of information, because there may be misleading information out there. My value proposition is to facilitate these interactions between the two generations for a mutual exchange for the two generations together. A solution I'm proposing is a matchmaking app that bridges the knowledge gap and the human connection gap between boomers and zoomers together. I will be doing that by facilitating these interactions and connections between the two generations. The benefits for Zoomers is that they can leverage the knowledge base and connections and resources of boomers to build their skills and social capital as well. For boomers can leverage their tech, can leverage the tech knowledge of Zoomers to better navigate the digital environment with confidence. This is my primary target audience, which are boomers and Zoomers. My matrix, so the market size currently is estimated to be 12 million, and in 5 years, there's an estimation of 25 million, and an estimation of a 25% market share and a revenue of 100 million rands in 5 years' time. My non-customers reached by these offerings are customers to be boomers with experience, skills, knowledge to share with Zoomers. These Zoomers are the unemployed youth with digital skills. And my non-customers, my anti-customers are people who are against technology and its use, and they are against the use of the internet. My unexplored potential customers are youth development agencies, freelancers, university students, and online schools. So from the offering I've created, I've reduced the time you would spend online looking for people with similar skills to what you may be looking for at that particular time. I've also eliminated the frustration which you would go through online as you are searching for someone with a particular skill, and the confusion that you would go through during that time by creating this platform, which has all of those people. You have access to a database of people who are verified and who have the skills you may be looking for at the time. I've also raised the ease of use, the opportunities in terms of work for the youth, and I've created a mutual exchange of knowledge and skills platform and inclusive learning ecosystem for exchanging skills and knowledge. So the direction of the app, the business model will be driven by behavioral data. So we aim to take and leverage the data which will be gathered through an experimentation period from boomers and Zoomers to cultivate a personalized experience on how, which will eventually shape the value of the project in the long run. Our competitive advantage is that it's the first of its kind. Topitech is aiming at bridging a communication, knowledge, and generational gap. And it aims to bring benefits, mutual benefits to each side in exchange. So this is a prototype I've been working on, and it's still in progress. And this is ideally how the app would look like at the end of the prototyping phase. And
Vinny, it's 7 minutes 30 now. It's 5 minutes normally. So you see, you need to synthesize maybe. Are you finished? Yeah, it's the last slide.
Yes, this is the last slide.
Okay.
So this is the roadmap which I've built, is that in 2021, my aim was to get accepted into the program. In 2022, we aim to source funding and do a rollout of the app to identify and engage users and corporate partners in the platform. And then in 2023, we aim to maintain and grow the audience and report the data gathered via the app usage and pursue a commercialization strategy. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So 8 minutes 30. So Stefan, questions?
Maybe
Vinny, you should show the matrix for the questions. It's very useful.
No, just for the presentation, a few advice. Don't read your slide. Maybe synthesize some slide like team presentation. Maybe just a few logos, or don't write a lot of topics about
text.
you and your team. Yeah, too much text.
Yeah, too much text.
Yeah.
Written. You should say it. It's by voiceover, this message, and you should be maybe faster in your presentation.
Yeah, it will help you to synthesize and to be more efficient on your presentation and more impactful. You know, your slide with your device, your logos are very smart. So this is there is not a good equilibrium between all the slides. And regarding your proposal, like the first team, usage is key, the adoption is key. So maybe explain why your solution will be adopted, but by customer and non-customer. And maybe you can focus it with your matrix, ERC. It will help you to give some fact which explain why
Stefan, we have lost you. You lost your connection. Yeah, just to complete what Stefan said, yeah, you should show your full matrix. This slide, it's part of the matrix. We miss the the for action. Yeah, this one. It's at the end of the presentation for the Q&A. It's good to see the full matrix, in my opinion. And you can generate it with the platform. You click on share on the matrix on the platform. You click on share, and you have a link to generate an image, and you can make a screenshot of this of the page generated. Itumeleng, Stefan is back. Yeah, Itumeleng, your question, and then Stefan back.
No, I was just going to say, I think in this context, the word boomer, isn't it used in a derogatory manner? It might be, I might be, to sort of, because it's a slang term that's sort of used in a derogatory manner to identify a certain generation. So I don't know if that might be appropriate to use it in this context, because it's used to highlight technological ignorance. So I don't know. Just
maybe. Interesting. Yeah. Stefan?
Yeah, no, I just say to the team, like the first one, usage is key. So help you with this slide to explain why you would win the game by facilitating your usage of the tool.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With technology, it's very important to think about usage.
Yes.
Because you simplify, you digitalize, you You have so many levers to explain it.
Okay, so if we summarize, Vinny, you need to maybe reduce the text. Half of the text should be in your voice, not on the slide. And you should go faster. You should train yourself to go faster, to go straight to the point, make very light slide. It's just an image and 1-2 sentences on the slide. And also at the end, you should show your full matrix to have this overview on all the project. Okay?
Yes.
All good? Okay, so thanks a lot, Vinny. Congrats. So let's jump now to normally it should be, I know Camo, you want to start, you have a time constraint at after 9:40. So maybe we can have Camo Geleng and Tabang for Eco Bicycle.
Thanks.
And then we'll have Bongi Kozi and Brighton and Kanayo. Okay. Let's go. Power cycle.
Good morning, everyone. We present to you the power cycle. Access to power anywhere without even thinking about it. I am Tabang Bohopa, the CSO, with a vast experience in security science, innovation, and experience in the assembly of bicycles. We also have Dineo Matroha, our CTO, with over 10 years experience in electrical engineering, specifically in transport sector, and we have Nkamugeleng.
Hi everyone, my name is Nkamugeleng. I have experience in bicycle sales and rental and project management. I am the CEO of the team.
The problem, South African rural areas are from each other, very far from each other, and this results in infrastructural problems such as electricity connection and transportation, which is our pain, that most rural high scholars struggle to go to school and find any form of transportation. And this long journey from home to school has become normal, which is very unsafe.
Yes. At the beginning of this Blue Ocean project, we were interested in the bicycle industry with the aim of investigating the buyer user map for mobility. We identified three main non-customer needs, which is image, safety, and value for money. People were worried about safety on the road and security in mobility, and also how that mobility makes them look.
So we've come with the power bicycle, which it's a modern bicycle made from recycled plastic, very durable, lightweight, and modern designed. It reduced the price of production, and also it reduces the amount of plastic that is found in the society. It also has features that afford the user to recharge a battery while traveling using the dynamos and mobile solar panels. And this deals with the pain of load shedding for small devices, electronic devices, and also create an opportunity for someone to create power while they are traveling to school or from school to home. It also has safety features because of the modern design. People who had a phobia for bicycles, the phobia for falling from bicycles, the phobia for having their clothes wrinkled due to the bicycle, the normal bicycle, the new design is allowing people to feel safe on the bicycle, as it also have a panic button, and also the mere fact that it is a local production.
Yes, we wanted to create something with more varying personality that is safer and worth having, like something that would create an opportunity to make money. So as a high school student in a rural area, I would walk for around more than an hour for 10 kilometers. But with a bicycle, I'll ride from home to school for around 30 minutes. And when I get to school, I have a fully charged battery that I can use to make money by selling the power to my friends at school. And then when I come back, I still have the time, and I also have the power to help charge gadgets at home, or again sell the power to my neighbors, which also, as time goes, maybe I might scale up and buy more batteries so that I ride more and get more money.
Why now? With all the problems that we're facing relating to traffic, load shedding, and rural transportation and employment opportunities, as well as crime, there's a need to inspire innovation and creativity. So the power cycle can reduce the traffic, create a new traditional mode of transport, and give power to those who do not have electricity and have power, designed with the local in mind. But mainly the bicycle image. We've seen that at the beginning of each year, we have a lot of funders and governments giving bicycle to rural schools and rural learners. But the problem is, after a few months, the learners lose interest in the bicycles, or there is no retention in terms of the bicycle image.
So we're looking to start focusing on rural and farm high scholars. There's around 26,000 schools in South Africa, and 6,000 of them are high schools. 3,060 are in rural areas and farms. That gives us access to around 3.7 million children that travel to school for an average of an hour. Then we have an opportunity to scale up into urban area schools, high schools, and also lodges and farms, and young working class in the CBD as the business grows.
So why the power cycle, the power bicycle? We have the lowest price because the bicycle is produced from recycled material, and then very durable and lightweight. And also we reduce the environmental effect of plastics. And also we have a variety of colors and the local production. So we topping up of our competition in terms of the various factors that we've considered. And also mostly the frame design, it's of modern design, and it accommodates almost all the bicycle users.
South Africans see bicycles as a sport tool, or is associated with sweat. We are creating an opportunity for people to see a bicycle being more than just a sports tool. We are creating a new personality related to bicycles. So we are looking, our customers would be high school students, which are sponsored by basic education department, businesses, and individuals that want to help rural scholars travel safer. We're also looking at families that would sponsor the high school, the high school learners, and also individuals. But also young individuals that are actually wanting to tap into the entrepreneurship environment, where they are interested in making money from the power generated by the bicycle.
So mainly we projecting to get our revenue from the bicycle specs, the sales of bicycle, the rental of the batteries, which would be charged as the bicycle is traveling, and the actual battery sale.
So we're allowing ourselves to scale our production for the first year and also tap into the market. So by the second year, if we have one school that we sell to 50 bicycles to, we'll get, the first year we'll get 75,000 rand. And if we double the schools with the same number of students each year, we'll break even by the third year and have clear revenue from them. The main cost of the bicycle is machinery and tools, which is once of cost. There's a setup cost and also outsourced parts like batteries that we won't be producing ourselves. It would be a cycle cost and also HR in terms of labor and logistics, which would be per annum cost. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So it's 9:29. It's almost two times too long. So you need to really reduce, but it's good. It's nice. I think the potential is clearly here, but you need to be 2 times shorter. Yeah. That's the point. I don't know, Stefan.
Yeah, good presentation and good improvement since your first presentation. So good job. Yeah, too long and if it's too long, you don't have the impact of your solutions. You have a very Boolean offering. So maybe focus on why and maybe equally focus on your matrix canvas strategic. I think you have a lot to say, but two.
Yeah, you need to make some choice. Like Stefan said, maybe make a focus on the matrix and the strategic canvas to be, and it can be already very good.
Yeah.
To get the message.
Yeah.
And have you met some non-customer?
Have we met some non-customers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This is, I think it's a key because maybe you can explain if they are ready to use your technology, your solutions. And if you have some arguments, maybe you can conclude on it.
It's market validation. It's not the non-customer you have interviewed for the exploration. It's after you have built the offering, you present it, you submit it to customers, users, or non-customers to have their validation of the interest. Did you have some feedback from bicycle users or from non-users around you?
Not from the interviews that we did. So separate.
I think you should do. You can do that before the 22nd. Have this if you are selected to have this, or even not, and to have the feedback from the market. It's market validation. It will help you to fine tune your offering, and especially the usage, the use case, to make it maybe more practical and more, matching the needs, the needs exactly. The users.
Okay. Yeah.
Some other reactions, maybe Jason, George. I saw Itumenang has raised his hand.
And Caroline.
Caroline, yeah.
Hi guys, nice presentation, right? I like the idea, but I wanted to ask, since you said you're using plastic material, which makes the bicycle lighter, what type of material are you using that is not gonna be a harmful end product? Because we all know that plastic is non-degradable. Like you cannot, how do I explain this? You cannot, yeah, you get what I'm saying. So my concern is the end product with the manufacturers. How are you going to make that non-pollutable to the environment if you're going to use plastic?
Yes, but plastic is not biodegradable, but our aim is to reduce waste plastic. So plastic that is already in the landfills and already used. So we are reducing that plastic that is in the environment. So we're not creating new plastic.
Okay. Second question. Since South Africa, we all know that South Africa has a high crime rate. And I know there was a foundation that was supported by Department of Transport regarding bicycles for scholars. What measures did you guys put at hand in order for your customers or your end users to actually keep their bicycles safe? Because there is a high crime rate in South Africa where people just steal everything that's anything. So is there measures that you guys placed that could keep your product safe and the end customer to also be safe?
Yeah. So because our bicycle is producing power, then there's an opportunity for different gadgets to be plugged in, like panic buttons and GPS. But because we're focusing on rural areas where sort of everybody knows everybody, and I think the crime in rural areas is less than in the CBDs. Those would be add-ons. We included add-ons there because of the power, then there's more things that can be added to the bicycle. But for the customers that we first targeting, it's not a huge need for them.
Okay. If there's going to be gadgets attached to the bicycle and they're going to be powered by the battery, you did mention that the customer or the end user can still sell the energy that they store on the battery. How different is your battery from a UPS? Similar like your power banks, if I could assume.
Yeah, it's similar. So that is to help with if people have load shedding and they didn't charge their power banks or didn't have power banks, and they can just get the power for sale and not buy a whole power bank. Or also they'll be bigger, so they'll be like your laptop. There's power banks for laptops and Wi-Fi routers, which are relatively bigger. So same family.
Okay.
Thanks, Caroline. Great questions.
Other reactions or questions for our bicycle? Jason, George, reactions?
None that, since the last time I saw this, it's tighter, but it needs to be much tighter, I would say, presentation.
Yeah, mostly all is here, but you just need to make some choice. Yeah. And maybe, I think it's very sympathetic and nice to have these double presentations with two speakers, but technically, that's a fact. It makes the presentation longer. So maybe you can make choice and maybe have one key speaker and one other speaker just talking one time, having a speech one time, but maybe longer on one slot, a bigger slot. Maybe it could be an approach to reduce the time, because you are At least, yeah, double. You exceed from the double. So, okay. So it's okay for you. All clear? Congrats.
Thank you.
So next group, it will be as we said, Unconnect with Bongi Kozi and Mboso and Vini. Ready?
No, thank you, Alban.
Hi.
Yes, let me try to share my screen.
Sure.
Using my phone even today. Slow network this side.
Yeah. Okay, it works. You see your screen. So education industry. You tell me when you are ready.
You tell me when to start. Okay, cool. What's happening
So you are not at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bogin Kosumabaso, CEO and founder of Connect, and here's my team, Buson Ngongo, the programmer, and Mata Tilitia, the market researcher. So, what is Connect? Connect is a tool that focuses on making normal current online examinations or video interviews accessible to everyone by creating an offline administrator. The purpose of Connect is to improve the way examinations are currently handled by transitioning from online to offline examinations, giving students the solution of accessing and submitting the examinations without being affected by load shedding or network connection issues. So what is the problem here? The problem we're solving is the students with load shedding or connectivity and people that are against new technologies or emerging technologies with no mobile phones, laptops, or computers, or internet. And also people in townships, households, and organizations that are having problems with the network or energy issues. And these are the key needs we identified, which is 4, convenience and location, offline system administrator, cost reduction, and offline video interviews. So what's the solution? So what we're reducing first on the solution part is costs and incomplete scripts due to network issues, and we're eliminating the impact of load shedding and network issues and constantly being connected to network. We're raising the taking tests at home, that sort of convenience without having to move from one place to another for strong network connection and to complete your qualification or course in record time. And we're creating the opportunity for students to continue with the examinations, even when the connection is lost, and to conduct your video interviews, even when you're offline. So this is the usage scenario. I'm going to act like the student. So the first thing that the student will do is to log in and check whether everything is fine in the system and wait to start. And you would choose your writing style, whether you want your examination to be handwritten or inside the application, and switch on your vigilator tool. And then you start writing. And then after that, you upload your exam and click submit, and boom, yeah, you're done with the examination without even being affected by load shedding. So why now? So based on the exploration we conducted, we found that there's a value and problem to be delivered and solved respectively. The findings were that there are students that are unable to access and submit the examinations due to factors such as load shedding, which affect network. For this reason, they get subjected to repeating that exam, and more problematic, if the same incident happens and the second chance will be given. In this case, the solution to this problem will be to create an offline administrator and secure vault that will enable students to write the examination without not having to worry about load shedding or network issues. So this is the market potential. Market size is 800 million and the created market is 2 million. The market size in 5 years will be 802 pupils and 80 million market share, and revenue will be 4 billion rand. So this is the strategy canvas. This is how we're going to overthrow our competitors. So the business model will be subscription-based. Online services will be offered to universities and students, but these offline services will be paid by universities. The interest is to keep data safe and secure and continue even when the connection is lost. So on the experimentation part, our implementation will be Our key partners will be the universities and developers. The scope will be conducted in South Africa, especially students from the University of South Africa. The timing will be on the 1st August 2022 for 2 months. The agenda is to test the efficiency and also the reliability of the tool. Key partners will be universities and scale well. The budget will be 400,000 and the profit from that will be 25,000. What we're looking to learn from this is to understand the business model and also to get the experiences of these students, and also to better understand or deepen understanding of the data transmission and internal operations of the tool, and also to reach areas where there's poor network, and also to measure the interests of students with a specific number of students. I'm done. Thank you very much.
Congrats. It's 4 minutes 30.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Second less. It's very good. Very impactful. So, Stefan?
Yeah. Good work.
You can keep the matrix on the screen, Bangikose, for the question.
Oh.
It's very efficient.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Regarding the market validation, have you some insight from universities with your proposal?
Oh, yes. I've had the market validation also with Basanda and I think Yongama too about this solution, and it was proposed that this sort of an offering is really needed due to the current issues here, and also with all the systems that are currently being used, the online ones. Well, I'm not going to say they're inefficient, but with or their requirements being online, it's really problematic. So it's something that is validated by the market.
Okay, and just I will precise: are they willing to pay? University,
Sorry?
are they willing to pay your solution?
Oh, yes, based on their insights and their need for this system, I'll say yes, they are willing to pay.
Okay, right. And have you make a POC with your solution? Have you some idea how to realize your product?
Oh yes. If maybe I'm understanding this, do you mean by how this offline system or offline administration system is going to work?
Yeah.
Okay. So how it's going to be programmed will be so let's just say there's a student who's writing the examination and uses this system. What they'll have to do is to write the examination inside a platform. Since it's going to be offline, it's going to be stored in our system. And when you have like the connection, your information or your data will be sent to the universities. So that's how it's going to work for now.
Okay.
Since data transmission honestly requires internet connection, and yeah, so we keep the data saved, and yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Some other questions for Always On and Connect project? Jason, George, other participants? You have a question? How does the invigilation work then if offline? From Itumeleng. And Empo and Booz also.
Yeah, I was just
Stefan.
my question is, if I understand how it works, that the student would log on to the service offline and then write the exam, and then when the device goes online, then it's submitted. Like, I get that. My question is then, if the student is offline, then doesn't that sort of defeat the whole purpose of the exam? Because then if I'm offline and there's no one watching me, I can just open my textbook and just copy and paste. So how does the invigilation work if you're offline?
No, that's really a good question. Yeah, so that's why on the usage scenario, I've outlined or mentioned that we're going to have that offline invigilation tool, which will record you, if maybe you're using your laptop, like there's that front camera, we're going to record that and what is happening while you're busy writing your examination. So it's going to be visual invigilating and sound invigilating, and yeah. So we are going to see what's happening. So yeah, that's why we made sure that we also incorporate that invigilation tool. So thereafter, we'll get the report on what is it that you were doing while writing and what were the sounds too. So we have covered that soon. Thank you.
The reactions question, Mbuso? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Mbuso?
I think what he's just said now, Bongigosi, clarifies what I wanted to just add on. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, good.
And Alban, to add on the question, yeah, Stefan, we are also going to have a timestamp. Like, what was the time the student finished his or her examination? Like all these basic information that is required by the university, where we are going to have like that to add on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like managing the offline. In fact, you are the solution to manage the disconnection, because for now, disconnection it's like chaos. It's not managed, but you will detect when it's disconnect and validate this and manage it offline on the computer, on the mobile phone, and then when it's reconnected, you will inform the server that it has been made this and that on the computer for the exam or the video. Okay, no other question? Not clear? I think, yeah, the presentation is good. If Stefan just asked question to know more, it means the presentation is good.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Congrats. So next group, it will be, alors, do we have Jean-Luc and Sibonizo connected here? I don't see them. Okay, so we will switch to I think WIBC, Empo and Matoke. Good for you. Ready? Can you raise your hand? Can you want to start? Yeah, can you maybe first?
Yeah, sorry, I have an exam in like
you have a constraint.
less than an hour.
Yeah, sure. If it's
okay
for Empo, it's okay for you, Empo?
Sure, no problem. Sure, no problem.
And you will hand over just after. Okay, let's go. Canayo, Brighton with Tux Waste. Yeah.
Yeah, just 1 second.
Let's go.
All right. Hi there, everyone. So yeah, we want to introduce you into Tux Waste, Waste Management Reimagined. To begin, I'm Kanayo. I'm a computer engineering student right here at the University of Pretoria in Tshwane. I'm with my colleagues Brighton, a fully fledged mining engineer who specializes in material separation, and Shireen, an investment management student who's actually a social entrepreneur who also specializes in waste management. So to get started, our project is about these guys, the waste pickers. These people are responsible for 80% of the recycling in South Africa, in a country that only recycles about 10% of its waste. And we just wanted to make their job easier and better at the same time. So we spoke to a lot of waste pickers and what type of problems that they face on a day-to-day basis, such as things as walking over 10 kilometers in a day just to go be paid 133% less of whatever waste, such as garbage, plastics, and rubber and metal that they pick up. And we wanted to see how we could possibly make their job easier. So as a solution, we wanted to give these people a platform where they can recycle and valorize, meaning turn whatever they pick up into a more valuable material. So everything they pick up would belong to them, and we want to give them a platform where they can resell it directly to manufacturers, thus giving them a higher price for what they pick up. So how would it work? How it would work is that we'd first teach them on how to recycle and what materials are more valuable than others, and also how the valorization process works. Step 2 is that they do their job as usual as picking up recyclable materials. Step 3 is that for wherever they went, instead of walking around 10 kilometers to the closest recycling sites, we would pick them up, drive them to the recycling site where we can actually help them store their stuff. And then step 4 is that what they do, they can they recycle whatever or valorize whatever they picked up. Step 5 is where we come in and we directly link them up with manufacturers, recyclers who are willing to buy whatever they valorized. And step 6 is that we facilitate the payment process. And step 7 is that then we pay whatever they got. And then where we come in as a business is that we take a small fee of 10% of the transaction between the manufacturers and what they pay these waste pickers. So the possibilities of what is recycles or what we got is that you can turn paper into mesh, unsortable items into cement filler, rubber into building materials, plastics into pellets, rubbers into rubber pellets, and plastic into things like building materials, which they can all sell, keep as their product and resell it. So with this, we've created free skills and training for them. Concerning waste valorization. We've completely eliminated informal waste picking, as now these people have their own business and platform where not only waste pickers, but anybody can come and recycle at this marketplace. Then we've raised the awareness of the crucial role waste pickers play in society. We've skyrocketed the waste, the remuneration, and things like that the amount that lands up in waste fills is significantly reduced. So looking at the matrix, we have a revenue in 5 years, we see it at around 260 million rand, which is a lot of money of what it's currently worth now. We have anti-customers of the traditional recyclers and the waste innovators, and the unexplored markets such as industrial waste and the manufacturing plants. So with that, at the canvas, if you look at it, we've significantly reduced the price it takes to recycle. We've skyrocketed job creation and things like the amount that ends up in landfills, exploitation of informal waste pickers, and the distance they walk is significantly reduced. So I skipped the slide here. Oops. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, okay. So on our side, we have already speaking to the South African Waste Pickers Association. We plan to have a pilot, which would cost around 200,000 rands to make, and we're partnering up with the city of Tshwane and companies like Veolia, who are very knowledgeable in what could it take to make this thing a success. So yeah, thank you.
On time, congrats. No questions?
Sorry, I messed up my slides a little bit. I'll fix that.
Yeah, you need to practice maybe on the slide.
Yeah, no, definitely.
For me, I would just, on the technical side, is collapsing your strategy canvas. Right now, it kind of looks like a bowl of spaghetti against your the alternatives. If there's a logical ability to collapse it. It'd be much more impactful, I think. On the strategy, I don't know if you've thought of, it's part of the relationship with pickers, having branded bags, vests, tools, etc., that are sponsored by corporations, so they can. It's another form of revenue stream. You know, they've got their CSR budgets, and they're always looking for a way to pay for it. So it's almost kind of a rugby kit. You know, you've got their sponsors on everything, and you know, in their budget, it's nothing for you. It's a passive revenue stream that could be useful.
I see. Okay, I'll write that down. Thank you.
Other reactions or questions? Feedback?
Good presentation, guys. Aligning with Jason, I think you have more opportunities and create new values and new lever of values for your customers. That's why it's very interesting with regarding your business model, and precisely for your business model. Have you some contact with Veolia and some guys? I think you have, but
yeah, it's going to be through Blue Ocean and our incubators, but yeah, we do have a little something, and we have spoken to what you call it, people from Veolia during our interviews.
Okay.
And also you could have a contact with the pickers. I think you should go to catch some pickers in the street and ask them, okay, are you interested by this service? I can increase your business, but I will take a part of the revenues. And you should validate that with them. And it will be very strong, if you, at the presentation, you can say, we have validate all of that with the pickers in the street. It will be very good impact.
Yeah, these were some of the quotes from our interviews. It's translated into English. Yeah, they said they would. But yeah, okay, thank you. I'll add those in.
Yes, they are ready. The pickers are ready, but you have to be sure they will apply your solution.
Okay. You're right.
Okay, good. Other, I see on the chat we have. Okay, okay, it's okay. Okay, perfect. Congrats. Well done. Good job. So now we switch to with next WIBC, yeah, Empo and Matoke. WIBC, Green City.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
No, just gonna share my screen there. Please let me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah, we see it. You
All
can
right.
jump in the, you can switch to the slideshow mode.
I'm actually.
It's view in the view menu.
Sorry, I'm actually using an online
slideshow.
So there you go. All right. Good day, everyone. Welcome to Grande City. My name is Mpom Fokeng. I am a draftsperson by profession. I am also an entrepreneur. I run a small startup in the agriculture space with my partner Matoke Paladi, who's also an entrepreneur and has some experience in finance. Again, welcome to Grande City. What we do at Grande City is we seek to offer innovative solutions that will help tackle the housing problem in South Africa. We want to focus also a lot on the low-cost housing. We aim to help individuals who cannot currently access the housing industry in the country currently. So the problem that we saw is that the people that cannot currently play within the housing or within the property industry at the moment is people who can neither qualify for government assistance in housing in terms of RDP subsidies and so forth, and also people who cannot afford or qualify for a bond or the current bonding system. Also, there is also a group of non-customers who do not want to qualify, who do not want to commit in long-term commitments. So when we speak to these people, what we see that what we noted is important is that these people location is very low, is very important for them. They want the housing to be affordable. They want sustainability now because the cost of living has become so high, and also people have become very conscious of the footprint that we actually have contributed to as human beings. So also what is important to them is complementary services, things like your internet, your security, and the likes. So the solution that we seek to bring, we seek to reduce the price of building a living dwelling. We look at reducing the ecological footprint in how we build, also in assisting other areas like the recycle industry by using some of the materials from that industry. We seek to eliminate the long-term commitments, also the consequences that come with people not sticking to those or committing to those. So we're also looking into raise a safe environment, because to give you a picture, in South Africa, if you do not live in a bonded house, RDP house, or renting, you are unfortunately within the homeless group. So you are looking into non-conventional ways of building already. So we are looking into bringing safety. Also, we are looking into raising the flexibility in terms of living arrangements. We want to create easy access to housing because we do have that big problem in the country, and we also want to create easier ways of owning or accessing a house. So if I am a person who comes from home or relocating into a new area, looking to get a residence or a place where I can live, this may be long-term, this may be short-term, because I just moved to a new area. What is important to me is safety, location, and these other complementary services like internet. So what I will do then is I will go to my phone, look for a place, and when I find a place, I need to be in agreement with the landlord in terms of the maybe a lease agreement or a rental contract. So in that case, we look into introducing flexibility in terms of your smart contract, and also we want to make it easier for a person, should they decide they want to buy a housing solution that we offer, make it easier for them to buy after they get to rent it. Why do we want to do this now? The problem in the country has not become big, but it has become out of control. And we have seen that people are now open to non-conventional ways of buildings. How do we know this? We've seen people build their houses using precast concrete structures. We've seen people using wood in terms of Wendy houses, and we've also seen people use corrugated sheets using shacks. So it means that people are looking outside of the current solutions in terms of their housing. So we feel that now it is the best time to offer innovative solutions, because there is no one who is currently tackling the space. So as a business, what we want to do is we want to be in the middle of everything. We're going to partner with our engineering team and the design and create smart designs that are going to be regulated, that are going to be safe, innovative, also sustainable. We are going to be working with different sources, because the idea here is to make sure that all the materials that we source and manufacture with are going to contribute towards low-cost, sustainable housing. And as a business, we will be making our profits through sales and rentals. Also, we will be in a position where we will be giving advice, because we seek to bring completely new ideas. So in terms of implementation, we will be working closely with our non-customers. We will be working with engineering, and we are looking forward to be working closely with engineering partners such as Veolia, as well as the cities. We look to test this in the partnering cities, City of Johannesburg, City of Tshwane, as well as the City of Durban. We look to start running the test from this year and beyond, and with the partners as explained prior. So we have estimated the project, or the starting of the test to cost us 1.2 million. And the objectives there is really to test the durability, the safety, also to get feedback from the non-customers, not only the non-customers, but also the regulatory bodies within the housing space. Because what we want to do is we want to bring in solutions that are going to be feasible, that are going to be well designed. Also, we want to get to get approval from the current regulatory bodies. The housing market currently in South Africa, we have 6.6 million households that are registered, registered with the housing registrar, with a value of 5.5 trillion. We seek to create a 10% of that market by including the non-customers, the people who are not currently playing in the space. We want to keep that that market share at 10%, growing steadily as we bring in or widen the range of the solutions that we seek to bring. And in 5 years, we are looking at having revenues of 5.5 million. So in terms of our competition, one may ask, who is our competition? We are looking into bringing innovative ways of building. We are looking into bringing new designs, new materials. So who is our competition? Which is a very good question. So at the moment, we feel we do not have a direct competition, and we believe that makes us a blue ocean idea. Thank you.
Impo, just it's 2 times too long. It's 10 minutes exactly.
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's good. The content is good, but I think you need to make some selection, be sharp. But it's practice. It's with the practicing, it will come. Stefan?
Yes. Concerning the feasibility of your proposal, insist maybe on your track record with you and your co-founders, and explain why you are legitimate to have the respect to your ecosystem and to and why you are legitimate to achieve this project, because I see a lot of third parties or many you have to aggregate the ecosystem, and I think you have to explain why you will arrive to achieve this this way.
I'm sorry if I did understand your question. You were saying we need to explain to the funders in terms of feasibility why the project is feasible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also why it is assisting with the global footprint, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So basically, the feasibility of the project at the moment may be something that we may question, but what we know is the potential that it comes with. We feel that the return will be much greater should the solutions that we offer to the public be easily accepted. So this is why we mostly importantly keep the non-customer or the customer in this case throughout the process. We will be talking to these people and seeing what they would accept, what they like, or how they want it to work. So we feel that the potential it brings is much greater than maybe the feasibility at the beginning, because it is going to take a bit of trial and error. And then in terms of the global footprint, we are looking at we are not looking at the traditional ways of building. We are looking at ways of how we are going to reduce the cost, reduce the materials that you use to build, because at the moment for one to build one dwelling you need quite a few of those materials, and some of them are not created or are not produced in a sustainable way. So by that we are also tackling the green part of the project. Also because we are looking into working with recycling companies and people in that space to assist with that problem as well. So it becomes a two-birds with one stone. So we will find ourselves in between the recyclers, in between people who want to build. But what we offer, we offer a solution that obviously is going to involve different key players, as mentioned, your recyclers, engineering, design, as well as getting the regular feedback from the non-customers. So in terms of why is it ecologically, is it eco-friendly, we feel like it's going to be that because we will be also helping in the recycle space, and just looking at how much how big the problem is there and how big the problem is within the housing space. If those can be able to feed from one another, then it surely does promise a sustainable and low cost solution.
If I can also add them with feasibility, I believe that
the main other reason that we are going for waste material is because they will tend to be cheaper than the traditional housing. So that also on its own helps with the feasibility, seeing that our cost will be greatly reduced compared to the normal building of the housing. So that will assist with us getting these houses to be at the lower cost housing, knowing that we don't really lose much. I mean, although the housing is cheaper to the end users, we also produce it at a lesser price. Thank you.
Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks a lot, Tempo, Matoke. We need to switch. Just to
can I ask
you,
a question quickly?
No, we don't have time.
Can I just
Sorry,
jump in with
we
a
don't have
question?
time. We don't have time.
Maybe you can. You're welcome to join us.
Yeah, in the chat.
You're welcome to send it over chat, and then we can answer you, Mbuso. We appreciate
it. This afternoon, it will be 5 minutes, and we'll stop at 5 minutes. Huh? We need to be very clear about that. After 5 minutes of presentation, it will be stopped for the pre-jury because we need to be on time. We'll have 12 projects to present, and the general manager from Veolia, he will be here from 4 to 6 and not 1 minute more. So we have to do that. So sorry in advance, but we need to maybe to practice because some groups are 10 minutes instead of 5. So you need to practice to take the clock to be sure that you are on time. So next group, thanks a lot, Matoke and Bozo, Matoke and Empo, sorry. Next group, it's Chimolong Energy with Bami and Brandon. Good for you.
Hello, hi.
Hello, Bami.
Hi, Alban. All right, let me share my screen since we don't have much time.
Sure, you tell me when you are ready, and we'll have
then you start counting. Okay, let me just share my screen, please.
We start when we start the chrono when you are ready. When you start ready.
Okay. Let me just see. Okay, you can. Hello. Yeah. So can you see it?
Yeah. I see it.
Okay. So. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'm ready, Alban. So thank you, everyone. Today we'll be speaking about our idea, which is the energy sustainability credits, right? It's by me and Brandon. I have sorry, I don't know why it's not moving right now, but I have a master's in data science and a BS in computer science, and I lead my own AI consultancy. I've worked with SCADA type applications in the past, and Brandon is a master of developing apps, Android and iOS, right? So essentially what we are looking at doing is positive energy habits that give you credits, right? So we help households and businesses reach sustainable development goals by providing redeemable energy sustainability credits to them, regardless of the current energy tariff structure that they're on. And so the market potential is quite large in SC. As you can see, it's around $3.6 billion. And we hope to get to around maybe 50 million in 5 years. All right, so the non-customers that we're reaching by this offering is a low-income residential household, perhaps on a prepaid tariff, even a high-income residential household on a prepaid tariff. And we also want to reach municipalities and also businesses that are on like 3-phase tariffs and so on. Essentially, what our idea will be is to help households and businesses reach sustainable development goals. So what we then do is that we provide them energy credits, redeemable energy credits by them reaching those goals, right? By doing this, what we do is we reduce price. Let me just on my pointer quickly. By doing this, we reduce the price. We have eliminated the additional cost to energy savings, so they have no cost. What they actually then have is a discounted energy savings store, an energy benefit scheme for businesses, staff members, so that businesses can also save, municipalities can donate, incentive to partake in more SDG goals, informed decisions and need to save, right? So then just moving forward, The example of user sustainability goals that the user will have would be to continuously conserve energy during peak hours, let's say when they're at work or at home, and to reduce energy consumption at the end of the month, right? As well as sending in their energy balance at the start and end of every peak hour. So why now? Essentially because load shedding is the current problem. The Paris Climate Agreement, energy is becoming more expensive and renewable energy is more accessible. This is how we're doing with respect to our competition in this front, and I'll speak about how exactly we are getting this done. One of the key things that we are trying to increase is the need to save, the incentive to partake in SDG, and also the price. So a usage scenario would be that a resident needs energy, but it's expensive. So instead, they purchase their prepaid energy through us to get access to redeemable energy credits. So when they purchase through us, we receive the resident gets a prepaid voucher, and then they get their sustainable consumption goals for the day that's tailored to their specific residence. And then if they meet those goals, then they get the energy credits. Then we can place exceptional residents on a leaderboard and praise them for their contributions towards the SDG goals 7, 11, 12, and 17. Residents can also redeem credits by converting it back into cash in their pockets or by using it in the store, energy efficiency store. The business model is essentially this, that a user is on a prepaid tariff. The user pays us, for example, 100 Rand for 1,000 for their prepaid voucher. Using sustainability goals, let's say the user saves 100 Rand. So we pay 900 Rand to the City Power due to the time of use tariff, because we are on the time of use tariff. And then we give the user energy credits worth 60 Rand. We pay the City Power 10 Rand for the partnership with us, and we earn 30 Rand, right? The implementation details is as follows. We plan on, working with municipalities and large corporates to get this done so that municipalities can pilot with residents. And we want to understand the visibility of the credit models and the data collection methods that we'll use in some cases with prepaid meter. And yeah, that's it from my side. Just maybe in addition, because it looks like, okay, no, I don't have any time left, but I just wanted to add that businesses, of course, by staff being a part of this sort of scheme, they now have an energy scheme that they can disperse the savings that were made in the workplace to their staff, and their staff can receive that energy credit in their own application. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
You're still on time. You are exactly on time. Perfect.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So, and just a tip, when for the, it's very good, and congrats. Very clear. When I will, just a tip for you, it can help you. When I come back on the screen on my video, when I turn my video on, it means you have 1 minute left.
Okay.
It's so it can be a tip to let you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do that.
Questions from Stefan and Jason, George, and everybody.
I think your last sentences are very important, but you have to precise before it.
Which one is that? Is it
when you explain the last slide?
Oh, the last slide. Is it this one?
Not. I think.
Or is it this one?
Yes, this one, and your last word when you have explained. When you said I haven't enough time.
I don't even remember. What was I speaking about? Was I speaking about converting back into cash? Is it this one? Yeah. Yeah. So you're saying I just need to expand on it because it's very important.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Do you want me to expand on it right now? Sorry, I'm not understanding.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know if we have
no, it's fine. I can expand on it now. Essentially, what it is that we, so we give the user energy sustainability credits, and then they can convert the credits back into cash in their pocket where we pay them for the credits, or they can use the credits in an energy efficiency store. So that's where they go and they purchase alternative energy sources like solar, or they buy energy bulbs or something. But the credit itself is earned by the user performing those energy sustainable actions. Like, for example, here, they earn the credit by continuously saving energy during peak hours, and reducing energy consumption at the end of the month, maybe sending in their energy balance, or maybe even buying a smart meter, because then that allows us to monitor them a little bit better. Yeah, and then of course, the user still has the exact same rate that they pay for energy. So they pay through us. The only thing is we have a partnership with the City Power that whoever is paying through us, we will pay the City Power for on a time of use rate, and the City Power would then get as well a percentage cut of the amount that's used. But then by doing that, we reduce the peak demand. Yes, I hope that makes sense.
Okay.
Other question, reactions for Bami?
I would just note maybe up front that it's early stages, and because you can see the complexity of it, and just note that it's early stages and you're aligning all of the relevant stakeholders as we speak. Just so that people don't, so the judges don't think this is just pie in the sky. That's my only.
And
just
also,
manage
Bami,
expectations.
Yeah, and so Bami, at the end of the highly recommend to have at the end of your slides, not to present it at the end, but to have it for the question and answer session. You have your full matrix ready. So in one overview, in one view, we can see all.
Oh, eliminated and
the full matrix.
Them.
You click on share matrix on the platform. On the matrix, you have a button share matrix, and you have a link where you can have a screenshot from your full matrix ready to be put in the slides.
Okay, cool.
And it's very good for question. Okay. So thanks a lot, Bami. So now we switch to Mbuzo with parents education. Mbuzo, you here? It's not. Don't see.
Yes,
yes,
I'm here.
You're right. Hi. Okay, perfect. When you want.
Okay, just give me a moment. I'm starting the sharing.
Sure. So yes, just to summarize, on my side, Bami, you're on time. It's very good. It's very clear. Maybe you need to contact some households or to ask around you and your family to have some market validation content, to have people, future clients of your offering talking about this offering and having some fresh content from them with their voice. It could be very impactful.
Okay. And do you think that should be included in the appendix on the slide, or do I just have that on the side in case
you can mention it by voice? You can mention it by voice, or you can also add some quotes from them. You could on the slide. It could be also impactful. Some reactions they could have on the offering regarding, I don't know, the business, the price or the process.
Okay. No problem.
At least by voice, I think that the jury, if the jury feels that you have already made a market validation, you already have been put in touch with the future customer you will have, it's very good impact.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you.
And Buzo, ready? You can switch in the slideshow. It's not in the. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Okay, the floor is yours. We have lost your screen sharing.
Oh.
Buzo. Yeah. Screen sharing has disappeared.
Right.
Yeah, it works. Okay. Let's go.
Okay, let me know if I can, when I can start.
Yeah, you can start.
Meet Johnny. Johnny is a 9-year-old. He's in grade 2. His parents are very concerned and very worried because John failed grade 1 last year. And when the schools reopened, his school was burnt to ashes and was looted as well. This is a global problem, and the parents were concerned that he will become one of the 781 million illiterate adults. And there are 739 million primary school learners in 2019. And this is the issue of education is a challenge that it falls within the Sustainable Development Goal number 4. My name is Mbuso Ngongo. I am a BSc graduate at University of South Africa, and I am supported by a team comprising of a social worker, an educator, and then BCom graduate as well. Our solution to the challenge involves an integrated explorative learning method and apparatus, which in the ecosystem involves the parents' education and setting up childcare centers, as well as providing a toolkit known as Balabala. This is how it works. The concerned parent signs up, and the system is supported by an AI system which conducts a diagnostic. The parent scans, reports, and responds to questionnaires and answers in the form of videos, audio, and images, uploads it. In 3 seconds, the AI bot would have considered 5,000 variables and identified areas that need attention. And a mentor, on the other hand, will conduct an assessment and evaluate progress, and will push down the activities, which the parent will then facilitate with the learner. And this cycle repeats itself until the learner has achieved the desired key learning areas. This is how generally the instruction would be received for an activity, and the parent then uploads this as a form of evidence that this activity has been conducted. We've tested some of these concepts, through homeless street kids on the side of the road on a 3-month pilot project involving 526 kids, 44 volunteers, and 244 parents. We found that our conclusion was that we are improving functional literacy by improving all the key areas. We find that the participants achieve way above the expected norm by way of accelerating learning. So therefore, we've reduced the time spent learning. We've reduced the dropout rates, the grade repeating, and we've raised the quality of education and created a safe learning environment and reinforcement learning. This is a 20.4 billion per annum market size at only 1% in 5 years. Those are the revenues we are looking at. The experimentation project that we are looking into would involve multi-grade school in a rural area between July and December 2022 to ascertain the efficacy tests and with the key partners being the universities as well as the Department of Education. To fund that sustainably, we're looking for US dollars 25,000. Our offering, which we term complementary education, compares favorably over the competing options that are available. And we've spoken to, during the explorative phase, to the teachers at the primary school, the ECD, Early Childhood Development Centers, as well as 243 parents. We've tested our concept by exposing it through various competitions, and and also exposed it to the Minister of Science and ICT, as well as exposure from the University of South Africa's portal. Thank you very much. We want to leave no one behind as we leap into the future.
Exactly 5 minutes. Congrats. Perfect. Stefan, questions?
Just one question about the scalability of your model.
Yes, the scalability. Yes. Okay, I just want to show this one slide which talks to the scalability, by mentioning the usage. By relying on systems that are automated, as you can see on the screen, by relying on systems that are automated and that are facilitated via the the web, over the web, and therefore we are then creating this virtual connection that connects a mentor, where the distance is not an issue. And therefore the parent as well, connecting via a mobile phone. So the accessibility to the technology is made much more, cuts across the barriers of entry, which would ordinarily be technology, which would be other resources, availability of resources. So therefore, scalability of this seems to be quite favorable because it is accessible at home. It is accessible via virtual technology, throughout the world.
Okay. And just for the presentation, I think this slide is very tough to understand.
Yes.
If you have to simplify your message.
Yes,
I know it's very hard, yeah. But visually it's very hard to follow you during your explanation. But quite impressive and interesting subject. So good work.
Thank you.
And I love your proposal.
Sorry, maybe a step-by-step on this usage scenario, use case scenario, you can make appear step-by-step what you are talking about. It can be an option.
Yes.
To simplify. And so it should be less heavy. You should switch a part of the content to your voice and not on the slide. And Mia is, yeah, perhaps you can gray, she said, perhaps you can gray out the part B, C, D, E while talking about A. Yeah, exactly. Then highlight only the part you are speaking about. It's animation or step-by-step appearing.
Yes.
Other questions or reactions for Mbuzo? Jason, George, other coaches?
No, this slide actually stylistically, I agree. It's a bit loud right now. So as you go through it, step by step would be a bit more smooth. But otherwise, no, it's good.
No other question, reactions? All good?
It could work in India. We have this as a major challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you can give this perspective also, huh, to address another continent.
No,
you spoke with an Indian
challenge, and there are lots of companies making money trying to scare parents into buying more and more courses, but they don't look at the root cause of the problem. It's not one more course with Disney characters that's going to make the child learn. So yeah, no, I think this is applicable in many countries. I mean, there are, of course, language and translation issues, but yeah, good.
Okay, congrats, Mbozo. Well done. So now we switch to the next group. It's Sami. I see Sami's here with Hydro Drip. Hi, Sami. Perfect.
Hi, can you see my screen?
Yes, we see your screen. Let me know when you are ready. We start. Ah, it has disappeared. Screen sharing, stop.
I don't think it's a good one, that one. Yes. This one.
Ah, yes, good one. Yeah, yeah. We see it.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So thank you very much. So my name is Sami Mpungu. I am the CEO of HydroDrip. So today I'm going to present our product, Hydro Wallet. So basically, Hydro Wallet is a digital wallet that scales the water access. So our vision is to make people's lives better and healthier. And then there is something like 2 billion people in the world do not have access to clean and drinkable water. So a solution to that is, so HydroDrip is a B2B company. So we develop hardware and software to help water companies to provide or to deliver water at scale through a network of smart dispensers. So people can use the mobile application, the digital wallet, to access any dispenser in the network anywhere from anywhere. So therefore they can make any payment or receive any donation from third donors. So this is our proof of concept. So from our prototype. So I'll just show you how it works. Okay, can you follow the sound?
Yes.
So you can see here different water cards. If we want to get access to our account, just need a mobile application. So, password. Then I log in. When I log in, I can see the overall water consumption, that is 253.6 liters. I can see the transaction is going down. So this account is linked to this card. And then if I need to get access to water, I can start with my card, switch it. When I close, then it becomes red, and then it's over. So I can see what I was used. Something refresh. I can see that it changed. So now we have 250. I just scroll down, I see
So thank you very much for watching. So you can see that, so this system helps water companies to provide water at scale. So there is a benefit to that, especially for water companies. So they can sell water 24/7. So they can automate their billing system. They can receive data in real time, and they don't need assistance to operate the water shops. And then they can receive donations from third-party donors that want to provide dispensers into communities. So there is also benefit to users is they can track their own water usage. They can make the payment straight on the mobile application. They can conserve water, and also they can serve water and then sell it to the marketplace. So this is the product that you can install anywhere, universities and other places. So the market validation at this, so we are going into trial. We are going into a trial with Ocean Water, and then we are still talking with Grande. So it's a Dutch company. So they want to provide this, so they want to install the dispensers in South Africa. So there is a certain sustainability to that because there is a plastic pollution to this. So therefore installing dispensers apps to reduce the use of single-use plastic bottles. So there is opportunity to that because there is regulation in place to reprimand or try to mandate to enforce the reduction of plastic bottles, especially in South Africa, also worldwide. So this is our go-to-market strategy. So we're going to get some partnership with some vending companies and also some riding companies. So our business model, we are going to rent our dispensers, and we're going to charge people with over 100 people. We're gonna make a commission on each transaction. And also we are renting our card system. So our market size, so in South Africa, it's about 500 million rand. So for our first year, but the global market is about 100 billion rand in the 5 years. So the competition, so we have Oasis and the other, but the advantage we have here is to make them our partners so they can be part of our network, basically, which eliminates the competition. So this is my team, myself. IT student at University of Johannesburg. Ian is PhD in robotics in India, and Alan is an MBA and he majored in finance. So thank you very much.
It's 5 minutes 30. Maybe there are 30 seconds more, but it's good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very nice. Questions? Questions now?
I would just maybe on the prototype add text below because it's hard to hear.
Yeah. I wanted to share this tip with you. You know, on Zoom, you need to go on the. You need to select sharing my audio with sharing my audio for video or something. When you share your screen, you have this option. You see, when you are sharing your screen, you are the option to select to activate this feature to share your audio with good quality. You need to activate it for all the groups who plan to share a video. Okay. Let me see if you don't find it.
Sorry, can you repeat?
In the Zoom settings, in Zoom setting on the window when you are sharing your screen, there is a feature where you can select to share your audio for video. It's written share my audio for video, and it will be a good quality audio.
Oh, okay. Was it hard for people to hear the?
I will show it to you. I will show it to you later and during the workshop time. Okay. If you need all the group who need to share video, please let me know, and I will show you where is this feature. Okay. Other questions?
Yes,
Stefan.
Just one question. One question. Sorry. You will implement your station in where in cities? And,
sorry, can you repeat the question?
Stefan, we have lost you. Yeah, we lost your audio. Yeah.
Okay. Where will you implement your station?
So there are different places. So right now, as I said, in the market validation, so we have a lot of intent with a gallery, art gallery in Johannesburg. So where there is a lot of public going to see the art stuff. So they want to implement these dispensers in the gallery, for instance, but we are looking to install them in universities, some malls, and some other public spaces.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's one of the key of your success. To find the good place. I think it is one of the key of the success where to implement your station. I think it's very important to have the right consumer who are able to use your technology?
Yes, of course. It depends upon places. You can see that the mobile penetration in South Africa is much more higher. You can compare, but I don't have the numbers. But basically, so there are basically, as I said, in the market validation, we are going also in the trial with the Clean Water. So to them, we just providing the the Agile wallet system for them to scale water selling. So they already have water kiosk in different regions. In Johannesburg, for example, 4 ways, and also in KZN. So KZN basically depends also upon the environment and areas.
Sami, have your matrix, your full matrix ready at the last slide to show it during the Q&A session, because it's very efficient to answer the question of the overview. Okay.
Yeah, I think I should add it at the end, so therefore I can.
You have this share button on the platform again, and you just click on it, and you have a link, and you can have a screenshot of this link. It will make the matrix very nice without any indications. Okay, so very well, congrats, well done. Let's switch to the group with Luyanda, Marifa Tech. Luyanda.
Yes, hi. I'm just trying to find the. I just want to open my presentation. Just give me 1 sec.
Yes, sure. Well, almost on time. I have 20 minutes. 20 minutes late, but it's okay.
Okay, share screen. And let's. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes. When you want.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So we can start. So
so
we're Marifa Tech, and we are about making money-wise decisions. So our team is made up of myself, Luyanda, I'm the founder, and I'll be focusing on business development. I'm currently an MBA student, 22 years experience in marketing and advertising. My co-founder is Brandon. He's got a Bachelor of Computer Science qualification. He's been in 25 years in IT and has launched multiple mobile products and services. Our value proposition is a fun and engaging way of learning about managing money. So what is a problem statement? So in South Africa, only 42% of youth between the ages of 16 and 24 are financially literate. And when we're doing the research, they were telling us that they actually don't know where to get information on managing money. And those who are directed to banks find that traveling to a bank is too far and costly, to go to a bank and get this information. So our solution is a multi-touch point platform to teach financial literacy to young South Africans using gamification and AI as a hook. So why now? Currently, youth unemployment is sitting at 66.2% in South Africa. But on the other hand, smartphone penetration is sitting at 91.2%. And data costs are coming down. So we like this convergence of kind of huge uptake on smartphones and data costs coming down, as well as obviously, youth unemployment is quite high. So what is our user journey? for our product. So we would create on different platforms, whether it's mobile or a web, so a gamification. So this is just an example of one which teaches you about saving. So for example, there would be an avatar. You would create your own avatar. You would be given, say, an amount of 1,000 Rand, and then it would ask you questions like, do you have a bank account, or do you carry cash? And depending on your answer, it then kind of tells you, whether you've made money or you've lost money. And then at the end, it kind of gives you firstly a score, and then also it kind of tells you how you can kind of improve your financial status. This is just one example, obviously, about saving, but we can do it for anything. If someone wants to buy a car, if someone wants to buy a house later on, we can learn about insurance, we can learn about opening bank accounts, etc. So this is our blue ocean matrix, and really, the current market, we're looking at about 9.1 million financially illiterate youth, but the market size in South Africa is estimated at about 46.2 million. But in terms of market potential, we would launch it initially in South Africa, but in 5 years, we would look at rolling it out into the rest of the African continent, where we would be able to target up to 490 million people. And then just, some of the things that we've kind of reduced, obviously, interaction with banks. We've also eliminated, incorrect and incomplete information, because currently, they're not getting the full information. We're raising reach and interactivity and engagement. So, and then also, we are creating a fun way of managing finances. Our business model, we think we would be able to get funding, or for this thing to be successful, we would kind of look at 3 different sources. First one is financial institutions. All banks in South Africa have to spend at least 1% of their net profit after tax on financial literacy programs. So we would be able to sell part of this solution to banks. Also advertising, sell advertising space to different companies, and this doesn't have to be within the financial services space. And then social enterprises, like the Bill Gates Foundation and the One Foundation, who are already going into marginalized sections of the community, we would be able to also tap into them. This is just a high-level architecture. I'm not going to go into detail here. As I said, we're looking at what's at kind of different front ends. So you could use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is the biggest social media platform in South Africa. It's got the highest uptake. But also you could do this using the web and also creating an app. And obviously everything will sit on the server, and that's all the kind of information that would kind of go into it. Then for this experimentation, for the project, what are we looking to do? First and foremost, our objectives are to understand the key topics to cover, and those topics obviously have to be age appropriate, and then test different platforms and storylines. We would do this in the major areas of Joburg, Pretoria, Durban, testing, with high schools and university students. And we want to touch both urban and rural areas. We're looking at a 6-month timing plan. Our partners will be the universities, Scaleway, City of Joburg, City of Tshwane, and we're looking at about 350,000 for prototype and storyboards. And that's us. Thank you very much.
So 5 minutes 30. Yeah, 30 seconds more. It's good. Congrats. Questions?
No, it's pretty clear. I think maybe 1 or 2. I will search. I think I have seen maybe not the same, but the same spirit of your solution. I will check my email, and I will send you. I think I have a deck.
Reaction, questions for the group?
No, it's pretty clear.
Jason, George, other coaches?
No, very clear, and there is a definite need. We've been talking about this for years and years, and nothing much has been done.
Okay, thanks, everyone.
Okay, thanks a lot. Congrats. Congrats, Lyanda. So now we have normally our last group, our last project with Diva, Preloved, Fashion. I think, yeah, we missed nobody. Yeah, I checked it, yeah. So Diva, we share your slides.
Thank you.
So, okay, sharing. Okay.
Okay. Can I start?
Yes, it's just I'm sharing the audio.
Okay.
Because you have a video. Here it is.
It doesn't have an audio, so it's fine.
Ah, it has no audio. Okay.
No, it's just, yeah.
Okay. When you want.
Okay.
You just to go to the next slide. You just say next.
Yeah, next slide. Next slide, please. Can you please stop? Yeah, okay, thank you. Good morning, my name is Diva Mobedi. I am a fashion and textile graduate from Durban University of Technology. I'm also an entrepreneur and a founder of a clothing company and a factory owner. So my partner, who is unfortunately not going to be here for the morning session, is a graphic graduate, IT graduate, who's also a founder of a branding and clothing company. Next slide, please. According to the world's count, fashion is the second largest polluter in the world, with massive 2.2 billion tons of clothes being polluted every single year. So imagine what the dump would have been looking like for the last 20 years. Next slide, please. In South Africa, many factories owners like myself are facing daily waste issues where we have waste that is being created every single day, and the municipal people aren't even collecting it because they have issues with the landfill. So the textile industry refers to the method of reproducing and reusing old clothes, scraps, and fiber waste. There's two types. There's your post-consumer waste and your industrial waste. What we are trying to do is we're gonna recycle both waste, that is your consumer waste and your industrial waste. Next slide, please. So our solution is simple. We are introducing an innovative, environmental conscious and customer orientated method to an already existing market, right? So how are we going to do this? We are going to be reducing our raw cost materials for your textile industry and your fabric industry. So we're reducing the price and also raising the awareness and ethics of the environmental impacts that these created solutions that we're bringing. This is also going to create opportunities in the employment, because when we are working, we're going to be working with various and different types of industries that's going to help us produce these things. We eliminating the stigma of fashion, because people have a certain image of how or what people should look like. And we're going to be creating a platform that allows individuals to also take part into this whole process, is making them also not only wearing, but also being part of the whole solution. Next slide, please. So our business model is simple. We are creating value from waste. We have 5 different processes, and from those 5 processes, we can sell or provide services. So while we're collecting and sell, if we are deciding to be a waste collectors, we can sell these waste collected goods and waste to recycling mills, or we could be the sorters. We can sort these colors, and we can sort every type of waste and sell it as it is, in different fabric and different qualities and all of that stuff. Or we can go further into manufacturing as well as selling it as a raw end into the fabric stores, or half semi-finished as yarns to the textile mills. So it is very endless on how we can create value in any of these 5 steps. Next slide, please. So we have products made from this raw recycled materials. So for your first image, that was the first ever recycled item that I introduced as a fashion runway. Then we have your jackets made out of polyester, the t-shirts, and we can always go into homeware and create blankets as well as bedding, also cushion and furniture. Next slide, please. So our market has a potential of growing even more because dirt is being polluted. Fabric is being thrown every single year. So we have in the next 5 years, 368 billion worth of tons of clothing, and with the 28.38%, making us the revenue for next 5 years being 114,000. Why now? We have next slide, please. Why now? We noticing that the world is trying to change, and with change we need to also, as designers and as the fashion industry, change with them. We got your H&M and Zara being fined for pollution because they are the fast fashion and they produce rapidly every single season, which is a problem. So that's like producing 9.6 billion tons of clothing, and it's a high demand, and we also know that we are using synthetic fibers, and these things are very harmful to our landfill. And we won't find a problem now, but in the next 20 to 30 years, we will be sitting with hundreds and hundreds tons of million or billion tons of waste, and we won't have any solution, and it'll be too late. Our competitors, next slide, please. Our competitors is, we have noticed that we are sitting with Rewoven, which is, and Brad Non-Woven, which is a South African recycling brand, but they mostly focused on turning plastic into clothing or into textiles that could be used into clothing, which is actually not solving the solution, or it's not solving the existing markets, but just creating or just prolonging the problem. And it's something that we need to try and adapt from. That's why we are going to change, or we are going to shift away from the whole that narrative. Last slide, please. So I did some research with countries, or over the seas countries that have adapted this module similar to mine within the year of 2004 and to 2018. So they started off at a good stand where they used to collect, and when you're introducing an idea, it's very easy to adapt it. But throughout the last 10 years, towards the end of the 10 years, they decreased because the consistency wasn't there, or maybe new ideas weren't being brought into it. But you can actually see that it contributed highly to the GDP of countries, and people produced over billions of euros, into their countries. And it's something that we can adapt into South Africa and Africa at large, so that we can compare ourselves into other continents as well. Thank you.
So 7 minutes, so 2 minutes longer, 2 minutes too long.
Oh.
So yeah,
2 minutes
and
too long.
You need to adapt also some part, to 28.38%. It's very precise. Market share. We need to adapt here, but there are some. The content is good, I think. Stefan?
Yes, huge problem. Maybe regarding the last slide, we know that the problem is everywhere. So don't focus it with too much numbers and figures. Okay. I think we have all understand the problem. So maybe you can keep some time. And
you mean Diva does not need to show this slide?
Yeah.
Okay. So you will win some time.
Okay.
And there is so many initiatives in the world, I think, regarding this program. Is there? I know two of them in France, two others in Europe. Regarding competitive landscape, there you are alone in your market.
Sorry.
Regarding to your competitive landscape, are you alone in South Africa?
No. There's one other company. It's called
Just
Moving.
one.
Yes, just one,
Okay.
and it's
Okay. And how they solve the problem?
So they are using plastic to create clothing. So they have a similar module, but they're not using recycled clothing. They're using plastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. And your solution works today?
Did my solution work?
Yeah.
So it is actually a solution that I have researched based on other countries or in other continents, and that's what I'm trying to adapt to Africa and South Africa. So it is an existing business model, but just being introduced in a different environment.
Okay.
Other question or reactions? Jason, George, or Diva? No, all good. So yeah, we need to have a review. Mbuso, raise your hand. You raise your hand. Yeah, Mbuso.
Yeah, a quick question. Some members of the society might have a difficulty with synthetic, fibers, allergy and things like that. What would you say to allay those concerns?
Okay, so it's very important when you're purchasing an item to understand what the label writes, with what the label is written. So if you have like your skin is allergic to a certain type of fiber, because it's definitely going to be written what type of fiber is there, then you need to stay away from those type of fibers. But with regards to how we recycle, if you're asking if it's going to be irritative to the skin, we have a process where thoroughly cleaned and we keep the composition as much as possible. So we are not recycling it into another component or another type of fabric. So we keep it, if it's denim, we keep it as denim, so that if you have any problems with denim, then you stay away from denim. But if it's nothing that you have a problem with, you can still wear it. So that's the reason why we are moving away from like synthetic fibers. So your synthetic fibers are your plastic bottles. That is what the other competitor is trying to promote. And we are promoting something similar or away from that. Did I answer your question?
Thank you. Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, so congrats, very well. Thank you, Diva. Well done. Now I will just show you, before we split, we will split into Zoom rooms based on your groups. Just to remind you here, the schedule this afternoon. So we will come back, we'll all join back here and at 4 p.m. for the pre-jury. Here it's the list, it's the time schedule with your groups. And also before 4 p.m. we are at your disposal with the other coaches to meet you in your Zoom room, to help you, to support you in finalizing the presentation and to fine-tune what you need. Also, groups who want to share video, please let me know. I will show you the settings in Zoom to share the audio properly. And just one, before we split into groups, and of course you will have your pause and lunch and everything. Take time to have a good lunch. Just before we split into groups, I will show you here, because several groups were not able to have the good version of the matrix and the full matrix. Here you have on the platform the share matrix. Share matrix, you click on it, you see, you click on copy shareable link. This link, you copy paste it in the browser, and you will have a clean matrix generated. You can switch into the screen, the full screen mode, and here you can make you see it's very clean, very nice, with no details, only with the numbers here, and you can make a screenshot. You see, you do a screenshot using any screenshot solution here, and you have your matrix ready to be copied, to be pasted in the presentation as an image. Okay, all is good. So we'll do you have questions about that, about the strategic Canva 2B? Strategic Canva 2B, it has been fixed. All the technical issues, technical glitch. There are no. If you know, price has to be always first. Price is always the first one. And you click, if there are some problems, you click on reorder key elements, but normally I've checked all the 2B Canva and they are okay. And to have an image of your Canva, you click on export here, download as an image. It's working. Okay, so we now split in Zoom rooms until 4 p.m. Before the pre-jury. So we'll generate the groups now based on this list. So yeah, Bami, yeah, you have a question?
Yes, Alban. I have an issue with my strategy Canva. It does that duplication thing again, where it doesn't delete.
One element is duplicated. Okay, yeah. You need to. I will report it to the support, and they will fix it. Okay. Can you write me in the discussion what is the name of this element duplicated? I'll report it. Okay. If you have any other problem with your Canva, please let me know, and we can fix it with the support. Okay. Now we split in groups. So we'll have 12 groups. maybe 13, just in case. Okay. I will make you all co-host so you can switch from one group to the other one. So we have copy take. We have untold stories. So untold stories, I hope they can connect today for the pre-jury. Don't have news. And connect. Tax waste. Power cycle.